Let me raise the issue of what you call the Cuban Five. These five Cuban spies who've been convicted, they're being held here in the United States, and I know you want the U.S. to let them go. They were convicted of espionage at U.S. military bases in Florida. Here's the question, a simple question. If you found five American spies who were similarly doing these activities that you yourself acknowledge occurred in Cuba at military bases, would you simply let them go back to the United States?
First of all, never any attempt has been made from Cuba to attack the United States. We didn't invade Bay of Pigs in America. We didn't organize or protect anti-American terrorists in Cuba. The U.S. has never claimed that. These five individuals, by the way, were not accused of being spies. Three of them were accused of conspiracy to commit espionage, which is different. The difference is that the government didn't have the burden to demonstrate, to prove that they really spy. The Pentagon, officially, in a statement that was read at that court, the court that tried them, said that that case didn't involve at all the U.S. national security. And in order to have a spying case, you need to have an attempt against the U.S. national security according to our law. The indictment, the sentence, the statement by the prosecutor on court were very explicit, very clear. They were arrested and they were condemned because they had penetrated anti-Cuban terrorist groups such as Mr. Posada, who operates freely from America.
But let me just be precise. Were they working for the Cuban government?
Of course. Of course, we have never denied that. They collected information to help us to protect against those terrorist attempts. And by the way, we share that information with your FBI. And we are still waiting for some action against the terrorists that are at large in your country. At a time when, according to President Bush, those who protect, those who lodge a terrorist are as terrorists as the criminals themselves.
This is clearly, President Alarcón, a critical moment in the relationship and the history between the United States and Cuba. I wonder if you want to use this moment to deliver a message to the Cuban exiles who live in Florida right now, because everyone, especially this community, is watching what's happening right now very, very closely. What's your message to the Cuban exiles in Florida?
I think that a message came recently from Florida. At the last Florida International University opinion poll that they took among Cuban Americans showed that the majority of Cubans living in the U.S. would like to have a rapprochement with their country of origin, better relations, the end of the embargo, the end of the travel ban, and we share those views with them. I think that the day will come, we are getting closer to that day, when the current restrictions, the current problems that create obstacles in the communication between the Cubans living there and the Cubans in Cuba will be over. And we will continue striving for that day to come sooner.
Our time is up, President Alarcón, but it was kind of you to spend a few moments with us from Havana. Ricardo Alarcón is the president of the Cuban National Assembly. Thanks very much.
Thank you to you, Wolf.
And up